In a world where we constantly compare ourselves to others, it's easy to feel like we're not enough. Every day, we're bombarded with stories of others achieving greatness, leaving us to question our own worth. Have you ever found yourself caught in the trap of comparison? Have you wondered why success seems easier for others, while you struggle to keep up? We all have our battles, but sometimes the greatest strength comes from within, through perseverance. This is the story of someone who overcame self-doubt, learned to embrace their own path, and discovered the power of never giving up. Meet Emma, a 28-year-old woman who lives in a small, peaceful town nestled among the hills. Emma works as a local baker, a job she loves deeply. Yet, for all her passion and talent, Emma struggles with something no one sees: self-doubt. Every day, she compares herself to others, her friends with successful businesses, her colleagues with well-paying jobs, and even strangers on social media. Despite her love for baking, Emma's heart is heavy with the feeling that she's not doing enough, that her efforts aren't enough. The more she compares herself, the more defeated she feels, and she starts questioning her dreams. The story unfolds in a quaint village, where life moves slowly and everyone knows each other's name. It's the kind of place where the sound of birds chirping fills the air and the scent of fresh bread from Emma's bakery is a familiar comfort. But beneath the peaceful surface, Emma's inner turmoil has started to affect her relationships and her sense of self-worth. The village, though beautiful, is a constant reminder of how small Emma feels in a world that seems so big. She watches as others achieve things she can only dream of. Emma's struggle is one that resonates with so many, feeling lost in the shadow of others' success. Every morning, Emma wakes up early to bake, but her mind is consumed with thoughts of comparison. Why can't she have the success of her friend, Sarah, who opened a thriving cafe in the city? Why does it seem like her childhood friend, Jake, always gets ahead in life? This constant self-doubt begins to eat away at Emma's confidence. She spends her days questioning her worth, wondering if she's wasting her time and energy. Her personal relationships start to suffer as she becomes distant, consumed by her insecurities. The stress of not being enough leads to sleepless nights and a growing sense of emptiness. One day, after another restless night, Emma takes a walk to clear her head. She wanders down the quiet streets, lost in thought, until she meets an old man sitting on a bench by the river. His name is Mr. Dawson, a retired farmer known for his wisdom and gentle spirit. Mr. Dawson notices the sadness in Emma's eyes and invites her to sit beside him. He's seen this struggle before. People looking outward for validation instead of looking inward for strength. After listening to Emma's concerns, Mr. Dawson offers her a piece of advice that changes everything. "Emma," Mr. Dawson begins, "do you see those trees along the riverbank? Each one is different. Some are tall, some are short. Some are straight, and others twist and bend in different directions. But they all have roots in the same soil. They each grow at their own pace." He pauses and looks at Emma. "The same is true for us. We all have our own path to walk. You cannot compare your journey to someone else's. Success doesn't come from being like others. It comes from being true to yourself." He continues, "The bird doesn't envy the fish, and the fish doesn't wish it could fly. Each one has a unique purpose. Embrace your own, and you'll find your strength." Emma listens to Mr. Dawson's words, and for the first time, she begins to feel a shift within herself. Slowly, she starts to stop comparing her journey to others. She redirects her energy toward nurturing her own passions: baking, creating new recipes, and connecting with her customers in her small bakery. The change isn't immediate, but Emma feels a renewed sense of purpose. She begins to focus on her own growth, celebrating small victories instead of lamenting what others have accomplished. She works tirelessly, not for validation, but for the joy it brings her. Months later, Emma's bakery has grown. Word of her delicious pastries spreads through the village, and she begins to see the fruits of her labor. More customers come in, not because they've heard about her from a billboard, but because they've tasted the love she puts into her work. One evening, as she bakes her signature apple pies, Emma stands by the window, watching the sunset. She reflects on her journey, the doubts she once had, and the perseverance that carried her through. She realizes that her success wasn't about being like anyone else. It was about staying true to herself. As she looks at her reflection in the window, she smiles. She's no longer defined by comparisons. She's found her own path. Emma's story teaches us all that true success comes from perseverance and embracing who we are. Don't let comparisons hold you back. Like Emma, find your own path, trust your journey, and remember, your greatest strength lies in your uniqueness. Take a moment today to reflect on your own life. What's your journey? What do you love to do? Share this story with someone who may need a reminder that their worth is not measured by the success of others. Stay true, stay strong, and keep going, because your perseverance will lead you to triumph.